The last day of the Pahalik drew a long line that wound its way up to the Dewey Boulevard, and yet faced none of the devotees who fell in line and shrugged off hours of waiting and discomfort. And if the lines of the Pahaliks were any preview for tomorrow's main event, police officials are now discounting a 6.5 million turnout, eclipsing last year's mammoth crowds, as we hear more from PTV's Rod Lagusad Live. Rod, good evening.
Joe, just hours before the start of the annual Traslacion, devotees are still waiting in line to participate in the traditional Pahalik here in Quirino Grandstand, while other devotees opted to stay here in Quirino Grandstand on the eve of the Feast of Jesus Nazareno and wait for the start of Traslacion tomorrow morning.
Compared to yesterday, the line of devotees participating in the traditional Pahalik has grown even longer on the eve of the Feast of Jesus Nazareno. Just this afternoon, the line stretched all the way to Rojas Boulevard. Despite the long line and high heat, devotees remained eager to participate. Throughout the day, the line has kept growing as more devotees arrive. Just like tonight, the line is consistently long, hours before the start of the Traslacion. One of those who fell in line is Elizabeth, a senior citizen who came from Malabon and a devotee for over 2 decades now.
Good health lang po sa akin, tapos yung mga anak ko medyo nakatapos po naman ng pag-aaral kahit na po ako single nanay po ako. Single nanay po ako. Yun ang po pasalamat ko, tapos good health lang po, tapos hindi na ako binigyan niyang karamdaman.
Just like Elizabeth, other devotees have their own reasons, but all of them are undeterred on the challenge posed by the long lines. When asked, devotees stress this is but a small sacrifice and nothing compares to the blessings they have received. Likewise, other devotees opted to stay through the night in the area. Some of them brought tents for tonight's rest, others also brought
naawa sa akin. Yan, binigyan ako ng hanap buhay. Binigyan ako sa sasakyan. Kaya ako nandito lagi.
Before the Misa Mayor, a program is being held in Quirino Grandstand. This includes song and dance performances, particularly to honor and praise God.
Joe, regardless of the time, devotees are still or patiently waiting for their turn here in Pahalik in Quirino Grandstand, and over 2 hours from now, a mass will be held to celebrate the Feast of Jesus Nazareno. Joe?
Rod, do we have details on the estimated number of devotees who went to Quiapo and Quirino Grandstand?
In 12 midnight, that will be led by Manila Archbishop Jose Advincula Jr. People are still flocking here, and we will wait for the start of the Traslacion tomorrow morning. Joe?
Yes, Rod, just an idea, how many hours do the devotees have to wait before they can reach the image of Jesus Nazareno?
Joe, the Quiapo Church expected a large number or a big number of devotees tonight, and we spoke to a devotee earlier today, and she said that they fell in line around 7 a.m. in the morning, and they finish around 3 p.m. because even if there's a special lane for senior citizens, persons with disabilities, to pregnant women and other who are sick, they have to wait because the lines, the whole long lines is all the way from Rojas Boulevard, and they will still have to wait for here and until their turn here in Pahalik in Quirino Grandstand. Joe?
All right, once again, thank you, Rod Lagusad from PTV.